So at 1 a.m. this morning, my daughter woke up screaming. She ran to the door shouting, "Daddy, Daddy." Thankfully, we've got a baby gate on the door, so she can't escape. So we're pretty safe on that front. But anyway, obviously, I jumped out of bed to the rescue. And she told me she didn't want to sleep in her room anymore. And I was like, absolutely not. I asked her why, and she told me there were pretend spiders on her bed. Pretend spiders, not just normal spiders, pretend spiders on her bed. So at 1 a.m. this morning, we've actually got a video of me doing this because we've got like a camera and it records like when you're moving. At 1 a.m. this morning, I had to pretend to take these spiders out of her room so that she could go back to sleep. But it just got me thinking because like this alone, I know she's only 3, but it sort of explains how powerful the mind is because she actually really believed there were these pretend spiders there. But like obviously it's just as powerful in your journey now. Like I talk a lot about creating an environment for yourselves, like externally, to allow you to get the results you want. Like obviously by doing your food shop, going to bed at a certain time, finishing work, going to the gym, all these little things to get like the result that you want. But you need to create that environment internally too. Like if you keep telling yourself you're gonna fail, like you can't do it, like it could be better, you're just too busy, like all these little things, like then guess what? Very much like my daughter who believed there were spiders in her bed, like she even called them pretend spiders, like I said. The words that you tell yourself will impact like the actions that you take. You'll start to believe them and you'll stop taking action because of it. Like this is like a glass ceiling that you need to smash through personally to achieve what you want to achieve. So we have a different spin in these weeks, okay? So it doesn't affect your action steps. Like so in this week's coffee club, I want to take a different spin on our approach. So rather than be like, what are you going to do this week? I almost want us to be like, well, what are you going to tell yourself this week? Like I want you to ask yourself, like what you need to say different to yourself this week to get a different result. Okay. And I'll sort of share mine with you to give you a bit of an idea. So I've obviously got a triathlon this time next week. So there's no coffee club next week. I'll be in right about now, I'll be in the water. I should be done. No, I should be done. I should be done. And in my head, I still don't feel ready. But equally, that's a story I'm telling myself. Like, in fact, I am. I'm in a much better position. I'm obviously more intelligent than the last one. I know what to expect. So I'm going to spend this week repeatedly telling myself that I am ready. Like every time I have that moment or that blip, I'm going to say the words to myself that I am ready and back it up with things that I've done since the last triathlon. I know it sounds a little bit woo-woo, but the words that you sort of tell yourself will impact the decisions and your outlook and the challenge that you're going to face. Because equally, if I approach the triathlon next week with that negative mindset, I will actually like dread it and not get the best out of it. Do you know what I mean? Equally, if I flip that and back it up with all the actions I've taken, I'm as far as I can get, and this, that, and the other, I'll approach it with a positive mindset. So here's to a week of me sort of telling myself repeatedly that like I can do it and I am going to do it because next Sunday I will. I know I'm going to crush it. So what are you going to do yourself this week to flip that mindset? And on the same message, like what have you maybe learned from that? Do you agree with me or not agree with me?